Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So look, guys, we got to talk about Draymond Green, and these conversations has been had about Draymond for quite some time. We're gonna look at something that Steven Jackson said, and also Kenyon Martin said about Draymond Green, and it addresses two different things. Now, the first thing is what Steven Jackson was talking about. People often question his Hall of Fame status. How good is Draymond really? Is he a product of the Golden State system? Not saying every player isn't a product somewhat of their system, but does Draymond's greatness is it symbiotic like off of Clay and Steph? Just him being a fixture in the culture of that team. Um, I personally think he anchors their defense for the most part, especially post Andrew Bogut. I feel like he still did, but I feel like he had some help during that time. But as other pieces started to move around and Draymond remained a fixture in that culture, his legend has elevated during that time. Let's get into what Steven Jackson said, though. Let's peep.
Keep it funky. Half the players that's playing that got past, they can't do it.
Yeah.
I ain't seen nobody be successful doing it yet. I mean, I'm talking about they successful in the media space. I'm talking about on the court and podcast. Nobody's been successful on both.
Yeah.
Name one.
Draymond.
Draymond.
But his role is super limited to what he got to do, bro. He's not like the guy on the team, like the go-to guy, the star. He just float around and do the dirty work.
You starting shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, Paul.
PG.
He got a great podcast.
He had to put it down for a
Last
minute,
couple
though.
years, he had to put the podcast down.
I think that's really because of his injuries, bro. And he I'm not gonna say he weak
But
mentally.
regardless what it is, it's hard to do both, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But
It's
if
hard.
if I got a fire show and you step on my ankle because you're trying to guard me all
But
hard,
you
that ain't
also
my
think
fault.
too. I mean, in the social media era, when you're killing your podcast, but they paying you a whole bunch of money, you're not killing on the court.
Yeah.
That's a whole
You
new
can't do
world,
it,
bro.
bro. You can't do it.
You got to keep the first thing
Basketball,
first.
Y'all, and I'm gonna listen to y'all. Y'all did it for real. I'm just saying, basketball is first, but y'all, I can't give y'all an hour of who I am.
Much required. If you're gonna have this podcast, your ass better be performing on that court.
Yeah.
Point blank.
I
That's
would.
how everybody
agree
gonna
with
look
that.
at it.
Now, as far as Draymond Green, I understand what Steven Jackson is saying as far as Draymond role being limited. He's saying he's not the guy that's got to score 25, 30 points a night for a franchise. He don't carry the weight of whether the franchise is winning and losing on his shoulders, solely as far as being that guy. But I do think Draymond role is a niche, but he has to do so much, especially with the refusal of Golden State to go out and sign like a Dwight Howard or a big man like that. He's had to guard the biggest players. He's also the toughness on that team that will get a technical foul, that will get a hard foul, make things uncomfortable in the locker room. I think he has a very big role on the team. Um, and so I think that's why he gets, and you're winning, right? So you can't argue against the results that they've had with him in that role. I think maybe he shared that role at one point when they were more veteran laden. You go back to when they had Sean Livingston and all those others, they had guys who were vets in the league. But then, as they became the vets, he kind of shouldered more of that on his own. Now, Kenyon Martin speaks about uh, Draymond Green as far as an enforcer and how it might be overrated in today's game who he is, because if he would have played back in the day, Draymond would not be getting away with the stuff he's getting away with on as many people. Let's check out what he had to say.
Davis boys from Indiana.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dale and
The
Antonio.
Davis brothers, and
Dale
they
and
weren't
Antonio
brothers.
Davis.
Yeah.
Grown ass.
Well, we go there. I can say Oak and Mason
PJ
too.
Brown.
PJ Brown.
Hell yeah.
I remember he flipped Charlie. I didn't know he was like that though.
Flip. Yes. Nuts.
That will
He's
do
one of
it.
the reasons
Grab you
Charlie
and
was
flip
like
you.
this, and he like this. So
See, it don't mess size. Don't see. That's the thing. Y'all different size. No, you.
No,
bro.
don't act like size don't
From
matter.
9 to 99, blind, cripple, or
I ain't
crazy, you
see
can
PJ
get it.
do-
Oak. There's certain guys that played hard. Zebo.
Okay, you haven't said a name that
but
got a
about that
big
life,
name.
I'm talking about that was like,
Draymond on that list or nah?
Nah, that's a no.
That's a different.
I think what Draymond does is sometimes calculated. Draymond ain't did nothing to nobody who's gonna do something to him, do something back to him.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
That's the list I'm talking about.
That's all. He ain't did nothing to nobody who's gonna do something back to him. And I said it on our show. Ain't nobody hit Draymond in his shit yet.
But
Ain't nobody hit him one up for a layup, and ain't nobody took him out the air. Ain't nobody hit him. Ain't nobody stepped on his chest. Ain't nobody did anything that he's done to nobody.
Yeah, man. So when I look at this, I think Draymond has definitely benefited off of playing with Steph and Clay and being in that situation. Um, I also think he is perfect for what they've needed. When you think about Steven Jackson's point, but as far as Kenyon Martin's point, I don't really see him as enthused to run up on Isaiah Stewart. Some of the people that's gonna meet fire with fire. I don't think Draymond does that. Even though he cheap shot at Steven Adams, when they get face to face or Steven Adams comes in, I don't see him trying to push Steven Adams out the way, trying to yoke him up by the neck or anything like that either. So I do think his stuff is calculated. I don't think he's gonna run up on anybody who he feels like he might have to throw hands with. Now, if I'm not mistaken, didn't him and Spider Mitchell, was it him and Spider Mitchell that went into the stands one time? They got into it. Or was it him and Bradley Beal? I can't remember. It was one of those two guards that he went into the stands with at one point. And but most of these players, I feel like, people be thinking about it, they ain't trying to get fined or anything like that. Uh, Draymond's trying to get a mental edge, and I think a lot of times when he's playing 7-footers, players 6'10", 6'11", he's giving up something either vertically or athletically to a lot of players, and I think he's trying to get inside their head and live rent free. Now, sometimes that comes with flagrant twos, ejections, and all the sort. But um, what it has done is that it a lot of these players, when they come into the game, they're already expecting Draymond to do something like that. You may see him miss a chip shot. You may see them rush shots or things like that because one, you don't really want to get hurt when you're airborne, and two, you just kind of got that in the back of your mind that Draymond's gonna do something like that. So I've just been shocked that I haven't seen more bigs, take that first foul, elbow right in his gut, as they turning to do their move, or a hard foul, look like you're going for the ball, but swipe down the extra hard on his arms or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't seen a big or too many bigs take initiative with delivering that message first to Draymond Green. And I'm just kind of shocked by that in this era because if you look back, 80s, 70s, 90s, any of those eras, I promise you, he wouldn't be running around, prancing around like that and just doing that without any repercussions, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.